All right, so we have a Supreme Court, essentially Donald Trump's Supreme Court, right? That dropped a ruling that could blow up half of the legal system. And unless Democrats wake up, they are going to completely miss an opportunity to turn this important Supreme Court ruling against Trump and against Trump's MAGA judges. So let me explain what happened. I'm going to try to do it as sort of clearly and sequentially as possible. The Supreme Court ruled that judges, lower court judges, can't issue universal injunctions. What does that mean? What the Supreme Court has ruled, if someone sues over a law, the judge can block it. The judge can only issue an injunction for the people in the lawsuit, not for the whole country. Okay? This does away with broad protections. And the point is, they don't want one federal judge stopping a federal law nationally for everybody. Why don't they want that? The argument they're giving, the Supreme Court, is that power didn't exist at the founding of this country. 6 Republican-appointed justices decided that the 18th century should run the 21st century. But here's the part that nobody's talking about. This doesn't just block liberal judges from stopping right-wing laws. It blows up the entire strategy of MAGA judges like Matthew Kacsmaryk, the guy in Texas who keeps issuing these nationwide orders, banning abortion pills, banning LGBTQ plus protections, banning climate rules, okay? This is where David S. Cohen, who's a legal scholar and a reproductive rights expert, says there is a way for Democrats to use this ruling and to weaponize it against the worst of MAGA. Stop begging the court for permission. Use the ruling to take them down. And here is how. Based on this Supreme Court ruling, David Cohen argues, the left can go back into Kacsmaryk's court and go, listen, the Supreme Court just found you're not able to issue these nationwide injunctions. Every one of your rulings is now illegal and they need to be dissolved instantly. They only apply to the plaintiffs in the lawsuit. So you can pass aggressive gun laws, climate laws, healthcare protections, and a right-wing judge goes, no. Okay, there you go. The ruling applies only to plaintiffs, right? That's what they're telling us now. But for everybody else, they want full enforcement. For their own rulings, they want full enforcement. But when conservatives go in and carve out a religious exemption so that they can discriminate, and a judge goes, yes, this is okay, you can apply this new Supreme Court logic across the board. Liberal parents with religious beliefs, opt your kids out of the abstinence-only garbage, the propaganda videos, Ayn Rand worship, whatever. If Texas can block porn for kids, then California can block gun sites or what. The point is, either the injunctions apply federally or they don't. So I'll give you some specific examples. If a Trump-appointed judge rules that mifepristone, this is known as the abortion pill, that it's illegal, before that ruling could block access nationwide to mifepristone. Under the Supreme Court ruling, that would only apply to the people who filed the lawsuit. If there's a lawsuit that goes, we got to ban mifepristone, and a judge goes, we're banning it. Now it's banned nationally. We say, no, it's only banned for those plaintiffs in that lawsuit. That's it. Doctors and clinics, everybody else can keep using it. This would mean a state like California or New York or Illinois could ignore those rulings entirely unless they were part of the case. Imagine that any of these things actually apply in the way that the Supreme Court said. It's complete and total chaos. But this is what David Cohen is suggesting. David Cohen is saying, if this is how the game is played, the court has given us an insane ruling, but it can cut both ways. If the law no longer applies equally, stop acting like it does. Stop the unilateral disarmament through these lower court decisions. And the emotional core of all of this is that the ruling is not about legal nuance. It's only about power. This is 6 Supreme Court justices saying, we run the country now, and that's it. But that's less law and more monarchy. It's rule by decree. And if that's what they want, the idea here is that we on the left can create an amount of chaos that will be absolutely crippling. Now, we didn't ask for this on the left, right? We didn't want this ruling. But if we don't fight on this new battlefield, civil rights could be in question, bodily autonomy is in question, climate protections, even democracy itself. So we have to explain why the ruling is a disaster. That's part of it. But what about dropping this chaos bomb and breaking their machine from the inside out with their own ruling? I think there's going to be more discussion of this upcoming. Substack Lives today, tomorrow, and the next day with Brian Tyler Cohen, Brett Meiselas for Midas Touch, Aaron Parnas. Make sure you're subscribed to my Substack to see those live discussions. We'll take a quick break, and much more is coming right up. These days, it is more important than ever for people to speak out, share your perspectives, and if you want to do it through video, check out today's sponsor, InVideo AI, which will help you communicate your ideas in full-length videos like I do, the kind of videos you've wanted to create in a completely seamless and intuitive way, regardless of your skill level. Type in your idea, the idea you want to create a video about, and that's it. It is a game changer. You can edit whatever you like using text commands like add my voice, make it funnier, change the B-roll. And unlike traditional video tools with very steep learning curves that solve only certain parts of the creation process, InVideo AI is really the creative partner you've always wanted. It removes the friction, puts you in the director's seat, lets users focus entirely on their vision and their idea, and InVideo AI does all the heavy lifting. You can try InVideo AI totally free. This will save you hundreds of dollars that you would otherwise spend on editing, animating, and production costs. Just go to davidpakman.com/video. The link is in the description.